Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'm here with the two best friends anyone could ever have. Mike Casper's on assignment this week. Starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How you doing tonight, Austin?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm great. I took a little nap, a big nap. I took a 2-hour nap after work today, and I'm off tomorrow, so I can just be up all night talking to you guys. It's great.
Oh, heck yeah. At your age, I figured you have to. You take a nap about 4:30 after your dinner?
It was from 5 to 7.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, well, and you had to wake up in the middle for a pee break.
And my main man, Chad Mendoza. I did not, but
before for sure.
Man, did I have to go. Let's not talk about that. I'll have to take a pee break in the middle of the pod. How you doing tonight, Chad?
I'm good, man. I went to Olive Garden for the first time in years and years and years and years.
Oh yeah?
And
how was it?
Actually good, man. I feel like those kind of restaurants, like if you accept them for what they are, like they're great, right?
Yeah,
like it's just
I agree.
It's a cool, fast food Italian meal that is like kind of a fun atmosphere a little bit. But yeah, no, it was actually really fun. It was pretty nostalgic because I got the little tour of Italy thing I used to get when I was really young.
Yeah, I used to get that too.
I was like, oh man, this is bringing back memories. Still tastes the exact same way I remember. So
yeah, their lasagna's not bad, man.
The soup is good. The what's it called? I don't think it's the minestrone. Is the minestrone the one with like beans in it?
Yeah.
No, not that one. It's the Tuscany. The Tuscany one. Really good. The one with kale and sausage and stuff in it.
Yeah, that one is good. Way back in the day, I dated a girl that loved Olive Garden. And at the time, I just had never even given it a try and just laughed I thought it was like Applebee's or whatever. And she made me start going, and she made me start taking her there, and I fell in love with it, man. Like for the price, like you said, it's just good honest food. It's like I will call it. It's like the Outback of Italian food. It's consistent everywhere you go. You know what you're getting. It's a good deal.
Yeah, that was me and Hannah's first date.
Well,
Olive Garden. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. That's a good young person's. Young person's first date.
Yeah, I was 21, so yeah, right on that alley.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. All right, Austin, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
Yeah, man, YouTube and Facebook at the Dynasty Front Office, Twitter and X at Front Office FF. Don't forget the Discord link is in the description. As a reminder, we'll be bringing you podcasts and videos all off-season, trade bangers, 2026 rookie profiles, as well as our weekly show. Please like and subscribe. And again, the link for the Discord is in the show notes. In this episode, we're going to be doing pre-draft rookie ranks. Go through each position, tell us the guys you like, tell us we don't like. Could be more of those than we do, but we'll see. So let's start off with quarterbacks.
Yes, let's start off with quarterbacks. And really, I think a big part of this exercise is to explain who these guys are and what it would take for you to draft them higher than where we have them, right?
Yeah, in this class, you were correct. That is what it's going to take.
A lot of these guys.
I think a lot of this exercise is really for people who maybe are not super acquainted with the class and not intimately familiar with the value of certain positions and how we see them. But I think as we go along, you'll be able to kind of get a feel on at least our opinion on where the class sits and where the value could be had.
Okay. Yeah. So let's try to give an NFL draft range that we anticipate and then a rookie draft range that we anticipate. Is that good?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So for quarterback, we all have Mendoza first, Ty Simpson second.
Yep.
Are we all Are we? I mean, we all know that he's going number 1 to the Raiders. That's it's out there. Are we all taking him 102 in rookie drafts?
The option, yes, I feel comfortable enough putting him at 2. But depending on where one or two of these receivers go that we'll talk about later, I'm not dead set on him having to be the 102. I feel better at him at 102 than I did Cam Ward last year. Part of that might be because of the strength of the class, but and the scarcity at the position. But I'm not dead set on him having to be 2.
I don't think there's anything that could make me not take him at 102.
I would I think I'm with Austin. I think there's definitely a wide receiver that could push him out of 2 for me, but I would feel comfortable with him, at 2 as well.
Is there any chance you'd take him 101?
No. It's just not a smart thing to do. Even if you need a quarterback really bad, it's just not smart to do.
So I was looking at a league where I have the 102. The owner with 101 is mired in a rebuild. He really doesn't need a running back. He really needs a quarterback. Would he just be crazy to take Mendoza, or would it be a better idea to trade the 101 for a more established quarterback?
Oh, I mean, the beauty about Jeremiah Love is he's not a player that you have to trade the 101. Everybody knows what the 101 is, so it's Jeremiah Love and his value, essentially. So he has all the time in the world. He can just take the pick and then trade Jeremiah Love later. He doesn't have to say, okay, nobody in this class wants the 101 right now. I need to just take Mendoza. Like, just take the running back. Everybody knows the value of the running back, and just give it some time. Like, you'll find a trade partner eventually. There's no other option. There's nobody that he's going to trade that pick to that will take Mendoza.
So just treat him like he was Bijan.
Yeah.
Just assume he is going to turn into Bijan. No worries. Doesn't matter where he goes. You're good.
I mean, think about all the running backs that are in that realm of prospect that we've seen in the recent past, right? Like, there's no other position like it. Like, these guys just hit. Like the Bijans, the Jahmyr Gibbs, we can say, what Ashton Genty did maybe was not up to snuff, but you can still see he's going to be a good NFL player, great NFL player. They're just so easy to project, and he's above some of those guys for me, and definitely in that tier.
Okay. All right. So Mendoza 102, then Ty Simpson we have as our second quarterback. What does it take for him to fall out of the first round of rookie drafts for you?
Him not be a top 50 pick.
Okay. So even if he goes in the top of the second round, you're still comfortable taking him 110, 111?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But if he falls out of the top of the second round, then he's probably not going to the third or fourth. Right?
No. We don't.
Well, I guess Hurts went at the end of the second. Yeah. All right. I guess he's in play anywhere.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one to me. I just don't. I don't know how the NFL values him. I like him. We went over him last week in our rookie profile. I like his skill set. I think it translates. It should translate well to the NFL, but we saw other quarterbacks that we thought were going to get draft capital just completely not happen. The Matt Corral, Malik Willis year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if that happens, then is he still your QB2?
There's a name that I'm intrigued enough that if he could get the draft capital, I could make the argument for him being 2B, but I don't think he's going to get there, and that's Drew Allar. I think he has everything but the footwork.
Aller.
Yeah, excuse me. And if a team believes in him enough, I'm going to be quite interested. So he's my 3 and clear 3. But some of the tape's so bad. And again, it's footwork related. That's all it is. So I think if he goes to the right place, I'm definitely going to be intrigued in those mid to late second rookie drafts.
I'm willing to give him a pass because the coaching has just been such a mess there. What do you think, Chad? Is there a chance that someone could overtake Ty Simpson for QB2 for you?
Not very likely at all. I mean, anything can happen in the NFL draft, but I like Drew Aller is my QB3. But I like him, but he just wasn't good. Like that's just
he's
what
a
it
project.
is.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. So I mean, he's gonna have to go somewhere, and he's not even a project. He's like a reclamation project. Like he has to be completely. They just got to strip down what he does and rebuild it, because if Drew Aller's walking into a room next to Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza, you're like, oh, that's the NFL quarterback. But it's just when he's on the field, he's the guy
inconsistent.
that doesn't look like it. Yeah. So yeah,
but he does have all the talent in the world. I mean, he's got Josh Allen arm.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
All right, so I have for my third is Garrett Nussmeier, and there's pretty much, I mean, there's like a 1% chance he could overtake Ty Simpson in my book. I like Nussmeier just because he's a coach's kid. He was good before this year. There were reports that came out that he played hurt all year. I don't know if he goes in the third round, I'll take a late. I may take a late round flyer. You know, if he goes to a good situation. Who knows? Like if he were to get taken by the Rams late, you know, I might have some interest in him, something like that. But I just like him because he's a better quarterback than Drew Aller. So I just think he's out of the remaining guys. I thought he was the best quarterback, but there's no chance that I take him above the like third or fourth round in rookie drafts. And really, if I take him at all, it's probably fifth.
Oh no, I'm definitely taking him before then. In this class?
Well, in this class, yeah, true. In a regular class, but
either Aller or Nussmeier, I'm fine taking in the late second to third, assuming they get day 2 draft capital.
I will take him in the second, the other one of them.
Yeah.
All right, and then what else do we? I mean, it really falls off a cliff here.
Cole
you
Payton
guys all have
is the next name.
Next, Cole Payton.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the next name.
Okay. All right. Sell me on Cole Payton.
I'm not going to sell you on him, but it's just he's the clear 5 for me. I think he's probably the last quarterback that I think has an actual chance of becoming an NFL caliber player in the class. So I'm at least going to put him there. Whereas like the next guys, one's just an athlete that didn't know how to throw accurately consistently.
Oh, Taylor Green. Yeah, that's why I have him on there.
Yeah. And then for me, the next one was Haynes King, but that's to take over Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be fun. That's why I put him on the list. It's not to play quarterback. It's to become the next Taysom Hill. So for me, Cole Payton's the only one that I've seen any buzz. Again, I'm not a QB guy, so I try to listen more than actually watch the tape. And they seem to believe that he's got a chance, so I'm going to take that chance with him.
If Sean Payton or another... I'm sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, just about Haynes King, if Sean Payton or another creative coach takes him, I may have a little late-round interest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I have no interest in almost any of those guys, to be honest with you. But I do kind of like Cade Klubnik. I just like what he did in 24. 25 was just so bad, but you know, he's just one of those guys. Like, what if he had another year? Like, could he be better? So if he gets draft capital, he's a guy that I'll be looking at in round 3 of Dynasty rookie drafts. But I mean, I'm not going to bat for any of these guys. It's just going to be draft capital dependent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's quarterback.
I feel like that's not going to be the only position we feel that way about.
Yeah. Yeah, running back's coming up soon. But before running back, let's spice things up a little with wide receiver. So we all have different wide receivers 1. Mine is Jordan Tyson because I think he's the most talented. I think he's got the best chance to be a wide receiver 1 in the league. I think he fits the archetype. Smooth route runner,
My man.
gets open well, plays on the outside, can't play on the inside. Really love Jordan Tyson. Chad, you have Carnell Tate. Make your case for him as the wide receiver one.
He's just the best player out of the three, in my opinion. That's just basically what it is. They're all three are really good. They're neck and neck for me. Carnell Tate's the most complete player in the class. I think outside of J Love, but yeah, Carnell Tate's I think a really really good player. There's just not many wide receivers in recent years that I would put above him. And when you get to that list of guys, they're elite players in the league. So I really like him.
All right. Austin, you have Mekhi Lemon as your wide receiver one.
I do.
Make your case.
He's enticed me with his pseudo crazy eyes. That's what got me. That's what sold me on him.
The slither.
Yeah, he got me.
It was just a look he gave you.
Yeah, it sucked me in and kept me there. So he's my one now.
Like the snake from Jungle Book.
I love that movie. He's been my one the whole time. I think he's one of the guys that he's just a go-getter. I think he came in close to 6 foot, which is great news. That was probably my biggest question mark. But just very good after the catch, great hands, good separator. It's just one of them guys that I feel like is going to win when he's on the field. And I don't think... Jesse, did you ever watch the 24 tape?
Yeah, I did go back. And
Did you see an outside receiver?
I can see where it could happen.
I just feel like he's a complete player. I just feel like, especially in today's NFL, the way they use receivers and run offense, I don't have any issues with him.
I didn't have a problem with him outside. I think that was Chad. The problem, it was Omar Cooper.
No, you said you hadn't seen Lemon outside enough.
Well, yeah, because he didn't play a lot outside. He was just very efficient in 25.
Correct.
But yeah, I did go back and watch some more of him, especially after that.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't think he could do it. It's just he hasn't really done it. Is the thing. Like he's one of the players that is like 70% slot, which I mean is not really he can't do it. It's just a red flag, right? So until he goes into the league and does it, and not saying that he has to. There's plenty of slot players that get elite fantasy production. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But when he was outside, his efficiency metrics were ridiculous.
Yeah, better than anybody in the class, like clearly. Release numbers, separation, catching.
ADOT.
Yeah, but it's just the sample size is small. He's just not doing it at a pretty high, like a really high percentage. When somebody's stuck on there on an island all the time, to me it's just different. I think you grade that differently. And so somebody like Carnell Tate, who is literally on an island, you can talk about the receiver across from him, but he is on an island by himself playing outside. Almost 80% of the time.
I don't think he's that player. I think he can play outside, is what I'm saying. He can.
I don't doubt that.
He's versatile enough, but no, I don't think that's where he's going to be. I've been hearing this term that I really like is alpha slot. So JSN, obviously ARSB is the biggest one. But yeah, that's what I really see him as. Alpha slot can also play outside. Those guys can all also play
CeeDee
outside
Lamb.
and move around. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. He's probably like the originator.
So they've killed off power slot. Now it's alpha slot.
Alpha slot. I like it.
One thing I wanted to bring up with Tyson, and I'd felt this way, and I think I brought it up the first time we talked about him. Matt Harmon said he views him as a Z, and that's what I thought as well, than an Alpha X. And I feel the same way. I just don't think he's a consistent winner as a one-on-one alpha player. Just feel like he would be a phenomenal 2, like top end 2.
I just don't wholly disagree. I think his entire game is built on
I know how much you love reception perception. Go look it up.
Okay. I didn't realize that the reception perception on him had come out.
Yeah, he's not sold on. He says he's a good player, and it's kind of how I feel. Like he's a good player. I just don't see alpha at this current point for him. I mean, I do agree he can get there, but man to man, I wasn't impressed. That's
Like
why
I
he's
said,
in
his
my
whole
clear
game
3.
is built on separation. I do see it. But I can't argue with anything you guys said about the other players. So landing spot could change all of this. I expect all of these guys to go in the top half of the first round. So draft capital isn't really going to change anything. Tate, I expect to go in top 10. Either the other two guys could go top 10 as well, but landing spot could change things. There could be either a really good or really bad landing spot for all of these guys.
With Miami moving on from Waddle, which of those 3 do y'all like the best in Miami?
None of them, because it's Miami. And
I mean, really, they could
always
use any of them, and that's
But yeah,
the thing with Miami is like they just need anything at wide receiver at this point. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't think
who plays best with Malik Washington or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
they can play. They can really, any of these 3 guys would be great for them.
I don't know what that offense is going to look like. We haven't seen the coaching staff, together. We haven't seen Malik
Willis.
Malik Willis play more than 50 snaps in the league. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be very upset if Carnell Tate ends up in Miami. Let's just put it that way. And that's because I like Carnell Tate a lot, but I'd be upset if any of the 3 land with Miami.
It'll suppress their production, at least for the first year. But I still think all 3 of them are good enough that it won't matter. And then they're getting either the first or second quarterback in the draft next year.
Give me Mekhi Lemon to Miami way before the Jets. I keep seeing the Jets. Please give me Mekhi Lemon to Miami before that.
I just don't know. I don't know that the Jets, I mean, maybe they will take one of those 3 receivers. I know it's a favorite of some mock drafters. I'm not really sold that that's going to happen. I think they need some substantial help in other places, and they do have like Garrett Wilson. So
their roster,
I don't know.
Their roster's ridiculous at this point. They traded so much off. That defense was the only good part of their team,
and it's gone.
Aaron Glenn's a defensive coach. I don't know. I expect them to screw this up, so they definitely are in play for a wide receiver. But yeah, it would really, really hurt any of their values. I think if any of them go to Baltimore, which I've seen mocked, that would really hurt their values.
Yeah.
Just low enough passing volume with also having Zay and Andrews there. I don't love it.
Yeah. I mean, Adonai Mitchell looked good there for a stretch. Like, I'd be interested to see if he gets some play at wide receiver too. But I mean, I don't know. I just I struggle to understand the thinking if they bring in another elite prospect at wide receiver when the rest of their roster's just god awful.
Yeah, there's a lot of good defensive players in this draft. They should just grab one of them. There's a lot of good right tackles in this draft too. I don't think their line is all that great.
Their offensive line's not great. Yeah, it's not. I mean, nothing is good. Like, that's the thing, and they don't have a quarterback. So what? Like, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense to me.
No, but that's why I expect them to do it.
It's the Jets, right? So
right. All right, let's move on to the next 3. Well, actually, let's discuss some good landing spots for these guys. If any of them go to KC, not Lemon so much.
I'm fine with any of them going there.
Tyson and Tate are the exact type of receiver that they need. I mean, they're different types of receivers, but either one of those guys would be great. Really great. Just turn them into a real offense.
I mean, really, any of the 5 through 10, or I guess 5 through 9, the Giants, Cleveland, Washington, New Orleans, Kansas City, fine with any of the 3 going to those 3 places.
I hate Cleveland. Cleveland's a terrible landing spot. It's a black hole.
But they need alpha, so at least he's going to get targets.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not completely giving up on Shador yet. as a prospect. Gabriel Davis is a different thing, but I mean, I don't. Cleveland wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, like it would be if somebody went to the Jets. Tennessee is kind of the one where I'm like, if Tennessee gets somebody, I'd be pretty excited.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. I would like to see them take. Shefty came out and said that they're not taking Love. So I think Tate's in play for them,
Yeah.
which really upsets me, though. The fact that they're not taking Love just scares the crap out of me. Just one thing I don't want to happen in this draft. One thing. I don't want Jordan Love to go to the Giants.
What about Jeremiah
Jordan
Love?
Love will never go to the Giants.
Jeremiah Love. Sorry. I'm getting all mixed up. I don't want Jeremiah Love to go to the Giants. It's so dirty for fantasy. I don't want him in the end. I don't want him with that team anyway, as an Eagles fan. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Austin?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, Giants are a good landing spot for Tate or Tyson. I mean, Lemon doesn't fit with them because they have Neighbors, but I think any of those three wide receivers fit with the Saints great.
I think Lemon would fit really well with the Giants and with Neighbors. It's not the traditional NFL where you have to have that, like.
I understand.
No, I mean, Neighbors
someone
is
does
an
have
X.
to. Yeah, I to maximize Neighbors, you need to move him around.
Well, you can move Lemon around.
Yeah, that's why.
You can move both.
Yeah, that's why you would want Lemon, is because you can literally move. Lemon can play predominantly in the slot, which would probably work best for him. And then you can also move Malik Neighbors in the slot when you need to, just to change things up and move him outside. I mean, Wandale played almost exclusively in the slot when Neighbors was playing, so they don't have anybody in that position. They could put Likely in there, but I mean, who knows?
I'd rather see Neighbors play way more in the slot. Just because he played outside in the NFL doesn't mean that's the best way to maximize him. I think he would be an assassin out of the slot, and you move him around, bring him out of the backfield, just the typical, like, modern, like JSN is used, just all over the formation. You don't know where he's coming from, so you don't really know how to bracket or double him, because teams are going to want to do that on a constant basis. So the more you move him around, the more you move him away from coverage and get him open looks, or just, single coverage or easy zone looks.
Yeah, I mean, I to be honest with you, I don't agree. I think his best position is outside. That's where he does a lot of his damage, and I think that's where he's looked best. It's cool when he's in the slot. Like, he's obviously a really, really, really good player. Like, I think he's top 5 in the league. But so he can play anywhere, but I like him on the outside. I think it opens a lot more up in the offense. So if you bring in a guy like Lemon who can, also share those duties, I mean, I think they're in play for any of the three. I think Carnell Tate makes the most sense, but Carnell Tate makes a lot of sense for a lot of different teams.
So he can be the number 2 again.
Man, I can't wait to see Neighbors come back. It's been so long. I think a lot of people have forgotten how good he was.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to move on to the next tier? All right. We all have different wide receiver 4, right?
No, me and you have the same.
Oh, you 4. And I both have
Cooper.
Omar Cooper Jr.
Welcome to the club.
Okay. I'm not strongly convicted on that. There are so many things that could change for me. So for me, it goes, I'll give you my next 4 because Jeremy Bernard kind of sneaks into this tier. It's Denzel Boston.
How dare
Concepcion. Omar Cooper, Denzel Boston, Concepcion, and Bernard. How do you have that next tier, Austin?
Cooper, Concepcion, and Boston.
Okay.
And it's just those 3.
And Chad, what's your... I assume after Lemon is a tier break for you?
Yeah, right? Yeah. After Lemon, it's a tier break. Then I have Boston, Cooper, and Chris Bell.
Okay. So Concepcion is not even in the second tier for you?
I don't know. These guys are kind of close. To be honest with you, if Chris Bell didn't have the injury, he'd be ahead of all these guys. And probably closer to tier 1 than to tier 2 for me. I really, really like Chris Bell. But because of the injury, he's 6 for me. These guys, I kind of change them day to day. But
me too.
even up to like 8 with Jeremy Bernard. And Chris Brazel's interesting too. I like a lot of these guys, to be honest with you. It's hard for me to tier them. I think it's just going to depend a lot on like landing spot, and what a team wants to do with them, because I think these guys are so different from each other. That's what makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah. Landing spot and fit is going to mean a lot for these guys. Draft capital. Draft capital is going to mean so much. So like if these 3 guys, Cooper, Concepcion, and Boston, go in the first round, it pretty much solidifies them as first round rookie picks. Definitely solidifies them in this class.
Yeah.
If 1 or 2 of them fall to the second round, mid-second round, it's definitely going to drop them. You know, it's going to drop them behind the other 2 at least.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The fit's going to mean so much. Although, like, every time I say Denzel Boston, Pittman almost comes out of my mouth, because that's how I'm viewing him, that he's just he'll be such a good fit on so many teams, because so many teams just need a player like that. And in today's NFL, with 2 high safeties, the middle of the field wide open, they need somebody to just go in there, sit in the soft zones, move the chains. So I really like that. But then I look at Omar Cooper, and if I think he goes to the right offense, he's the biggest wild card to me. If he goes to the right offense, I could see him being the alpha slot, you know, or just a movement piece. You know, I did go back and watch some of his 24 tape, and he did play outside the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So he can do that too. I don't think he was as good at it. Like, they really found his role this past season. He was really, really much better, but he can do it. But yeah, like if he were to go to, I mean, San Fran's not the best landing spot anymore since they started signing players, but an offense like that, where I trust the quarterback to move him around. I mean, offensive coordinator to move him around. And just like, I just think he could be an alpha slot. So it's very attractive to me. There's a path to wide receiver 1 out of him.
Yeah. I agree.
Anything else we got? Like, are there perfect landing spots for you guys, for the other guys?
What is actually a perfect, I would hate it because I'm a Giants fan, but who I think is the absolutely perfect guy to replace AJ Brown? Chris Bell. He would be, if he went to the Eagles, he'd be my most owned player in out of this draft class, because of where I think you could get him for value. I think he's going to be a phenomenal NFL player if he can bounce back from the ACL tear. And I think he still has a good chance to be like early day 2, maybe even end of day 1. We'll see. How put off by the injury everybody is, but I think he's a guy that's been really, really overlooked in this class.
You mean first round?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
I watched him and I loved him. I think he's an amazing wide receiver. He's big and fast and great hands. Go ahead.
I heard a comp for him, and it made me giggle. Chad, you're going to hate it, but it's okay. If Xavier Legette was good at football. And like, that's exactly what it feels like watching.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who's watched a lot of Legette, like, that's what Chris Bell looks like, except for he's actually good at it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's Xavier Legette, but he's a natural football player. He makes it, whereas like Xavier Legette makes everything look difficult.
Yeah.
Chris Bell just makes everything
look easy. Exactly what I'm saying. So I thought I got a kick out of that, and any kind of slander for that, I'm all for.
I think Boston, Denzel Boston would be a really good fit with the Eagles.
Yeah, I was just more talking about like an AJ Brown replacement. I think they can do a lot of the same things. I mean, obviously not saying he's AJ Brown, right? No, I mean, nobody's AJ Brown coming out of as a prospect, but as far as like what you ask a wide receiver to do, I think they're going to be able to do a lot of the same things.
the Eagles view Devontae Smith as that player. So if A.J. Brown were to leave the Eagles, Devontae Smith would move into that role. And then whoever else they bring in, I would think would be more like a slot or Z or flanker or whatever. And let's address Hollywood Brown right now. He's depth. So please, conspiracy theorists out there, that does not add any fuel to A.J. Brown being traded.
Till it does.
I'm on record in the Discord by saying that I honestly think this is lip service from Howie. I think Howie is going out there and asking for 2 firsts or 1st and 2 seconds, something that he knows he's not going to get. So you can go back to A.J. Brown and go, man, I tried. There's not a market. Just play it out this year, and then we'll talk.
I don't know. A certain dog came out.
What?
Today? A certain dog came out today.
What are you talking about?
Ricky Scoops.
Ricky Scoops. Huh? Ricky Scoops came out today and said they're negotiating a deal with the Patriots in place for post-June. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that rumor as well, but do you really think teams are doing that after what happened with the Ravens?
I mean, if somebody can acquire A.J. Brown, yes, somebody will do that.
Why wouldn't they?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do a handshake deal.
I mean, yeah.
Well, because it's not a major injury. You know, I mean, that's
and it doesn't cost me until June. Whereas the trade with the Ravens, it cost the Raiders a ton instantly. You know, the handshake for June doesn't cost anybody anything.
There's
awesome.
There's no second free agency that depends on this deal.
No $30-some million coming back and not having the draft picks now.
If the Eagles take a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds of the draft, then I'll believe that. If not, no way. There's no way Howie is going into this season with Hollywood Brown as a starter, or Darius Cooper would be the next player on the depth chart. There's no chance. And just what the rest of what's out there, Juwan Johnson,
Jennings.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. That would be seen by the entire fan base as a failure by Howie. So there's no way he's doing that.
We'll see.
We have Super Bowl aspirations. You can't tell me that a GM that all he cares about is winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we did.
Is going to.
We got him. Success.
So this is how you know.
You're telling me
Hollywood Brown as a Super Bowl contender, wide receiver 2.
All right. Let's move on to the next tier. Or actually, let's talk about Casey Concepcion. Chad, why is he at the bottom of that tier for you? What is it about him that you like less than the other guys there? Especially like Cooper. We know why and how much you like Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Omar Cooper's a better player than Casey Concepcion is.
Okay.
That's just what it is. Casey Concepcion just has more holes in his game and is more of a projection to me than Omar Cooper is. I can watch Omar Cooper and tell exactly what he's going to be in the league, and see examples of it in the league. With Casey Concepcion, it is like just a little bit more projection and going to be more like scheme based. If he goes to a situation where, they have a player that is designated in a slot role, that they just heavily target, like I'm going to be cool with it because I think that's the kind of player he's going to be. I know a lot of people think he's going to be a lot more than that. I don't know. And then also I think the hands are an issue. Like I just watch him struggle a lot with catching the football. And I just don't think he's like a transcendent talent where that just flies. And I've watched a lot of players that, really, really good players that get a lot of targets and drop balls, and that's okay. Like CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, those guys really early in their career. And I'm talking about his prospects, but Amari Cooper. I just don't know that Casey Concepcion is going to get that kind of leeway unless he gets really significant capital, right? Like if that kind of player comes out and is dropping, 10, 11, 12 balls a year, it's going to be tough to justify, throwing him. I mean, that's what CeeDee Lamb, I think, had 11 his rookie year.
I mean, Chase has had more than 10 multiple years.
Yeah, but those
But
guys
they're getting 150 targets.
exactly.
Right, so.
But if you draft Casey Concepcion at pick one, around one in the 30th overall pick or early day 2, and he's dropping 10, 11 passes a year, there's just not a lot of runway for those kind of guys to see a 120, 130 targets a year like that. That's going to start getting dwindled down, and that, to me, that's the kind of player he has to be. I don't see him as a 110 target elite fantasy production player.
Yeah, I think you summed up why I've dropped him down a little bit. It's the projection aspect of it, and the hands aren't awesome. It's the reason I don't want him on the Eagles. I mean, if you're
he
getting
fits
the
really good on the Eagles, so. And the Giants. Honestly, the Giants in the early second would be a great landing spot for him.
Drops just frustrate me so badly. So
I would be so upset if the Giants drafted him. Not because he's a bad player, because I don't think he is, but we just can't afford any other player that can't catch. Like that is.
True.
Hey man, did you see his gauntlet? He didn't drop any. We're good.
You have two starters that can't catch already.
Yeah, well,
actually, I guess Theo might not be a starter.
I watched
anymore.
the gauntlet, and then I watched a lot of his tape. And
well, that's old stuff now. We're in 2026.
Yeah,
we're good.
It's going to take a lot more than a gauntlet to fix what he did in college, or fix what he did in college football. Because, yeah, I mean, it's his hands are rough. His hands are really, really rough. And I just don't believe that wide receivers at this point of their career can really fix that kind of stuff. I just don't. I don't think he. I mean, there's going to be like
improve it.
Yeah, there's going to be cases out there where guys like get better, but I mean, why hasn't
and his
he gotten
feel
better?
like concentration stuff, not like the inability to catch.
Well, he does clap attack sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't always
after the combine.
He doesn't always do it, and I think it is something that he works on. But we discussed this before. You can't count on college coaching to improve a player's technique and to get them ready for the NFL.
I disagree.
That's not what college coaches are prioritizing.
He is at Texas A&M.
How good are they?
Who's their wide receiver coach?
Come on, guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know.
Come on. These guys are making millions and millions of dollars. You think that they're not coaching them on how to catch the football better?
I mean, honestly, I don't have a lot of faith outside of Ohio State that a receiver is getting the right coaching, personally.
I think all of these guys have personal coaches. All of these guys have elite SEC coaching staffs. I'm talking about the guys in the SEC, obviously, at these elite programs. But it's not like he's playing for, Baylor, right? Like he's playing for Texas A&M. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, they're both in Texas, aren't they?
Yeah. That's where the same coaches. But yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I just don't.
All right.
He's talented enough for me to give him a year to find out.
That poor man, though, you just tore him a new butthole.
I like him.
Isn't going to sit
I
down.
like him.
It didn't
I
sound
like
like
him as a player. I like him as a player. I just
do you though?
Like.
I know.
No, I do. I have him 7. I like him as a player, and sometimes some days it's higher than 7, and in certain draft positions, like if he was to get significant capital and was to go into a team that needs that predominant slot player, then I would be really excited about him as a player. I just don't want him on the Giants because we have Darius Slayton and Theo Johnson, who also cannot catch the football.
I don't know. It feels like a great fit. I know you hate it, but early second to the Giants feel like if they go Jeremiah Love in the first and then Concepcion in the second, as a Giants fan, I feel like you gotta be pretty happy with that for the offensive standpoint.
I'll take a guard.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. There's good ones of those too.
Didn't you guys bring back Evan Neal? You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Jeremy Bernard. This is a player I like. I think Chad, you like him as well. Austin, you do not.
He's fine.
Ready-made.
I'm gonna like him as much as Chad likes Casey Concepcion.
He's got good hands though, and he does get open on a consistent basis. He's just a slot guy.
Yeah, he gets open from like 5 to 8 yards past the line of scrimmage.
He's a very useful player in the NFL.
Sure. And
I
then
mean,
he gets another 1 to 3 yards after the catch.
How much did Wan'Dale Robinson just
That's
make in the
why
open
KC
market?
needs to go there. He can take Wan'Dale's spot.
Well, then he needs to go to Tennessee because that's where Brian Daboll is.
I don't think Bernard is as quick or as dynamic.
No.
I mean, that's kind of a weird thing to say about Wan'Dale, but that's one thing Wan'Dale is good at is short area quickness. And I don't think Jeremy Bernard is quite that good, but he's that type of player. Chad, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a solid player. Like he's not. I think like I said, 7 for me is kind of that cutoff where I really really like the projection on these guys. Jeremy Bernard, I think, is just a really solid wide receiver too, at best for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, anywhere he ends up, I think you're going to be able to get, pretty safely get relevant fantasy production, and that's why I have him so high up. I think he's probably a lot of what I said about Emeka Egbuka last year. Where you just see like a really safe player that can translate to the NFL really easily. Jeremy Bernard in the same way, just not as talented. So yeah, I mean, I like those kind of players just because you can get them in the second round and you're not losing out on a second round pick essentially.
Yeah, my issue with him is that he's a slot player, and I'm concerned that he's going to be a part-time player in the NFL. I mean, he's bigger than Josh Downs, but if we get that kind of usage out of him, it's tough to start him. It's tough to find the week that he's actually going to get run. So with 11 personnel being on the decline, this type of player just is less valuable in fantasy.
Yeah, I think he's a wide receiver 3 for an NFL team when they're healthy. So sure, if injuries occur, you could see a target usage go up. But
for a really good NFL team, he's a wide receiver 3.
I think for most. And I'm not saying talent-wise, I think that's what he fits the best.
Oh, okay. Talent-wise, I think he's a wide receiver 3 on a really good team and a wide receiver 2 on a not so good.
Yeah, he's fine. He's a fine player.
He would step in and be the wide receiver 1 in Miami right now or Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. I could step in and be like the 1B.
Well, yeah, you are taller than all those guys.
Yeah, see? Just throw it up.
Yeah, just throw it. Just post up.
Yeah. So he's fine. I have him at 10, and I have him at 10 because of the 3 names before. I just like more.
Okay.
I think
who are those guys?
They have lower floors, but their ceilings are considerably higher for the NFL. And in this class, when I get to those mid-seconds and especially later, I'm just going to take the ceiling play. So at 7, I have Chris Bell, which is kind of in a tier of his own. If the NFL believes in him and he gets early draft capital, he would jump into that next tier up with Boston, Concepcion, and Cooper. And if he doesn't and he goes, between like 45 and early 3rd round, then he's going to drop down with his other tier, which I have Bryce Lance at 8, Jacoby Lane at 9, and Bernard at 10. And again, I understand there are more talented players than Lance and Lane, and I would agree with that. But I like their outcomes or possible outcomes more. So, like I said, when I get to rookie drafts, and assuming they get NFL draft capital, obviously that's what makes a difference for all these guys. I'm going to take my shots on these guys. I think they have a ceiling of being extremely fantasy relevant in the right situations.
Okay. Chad, in your next tier, I guess you've talked about everybody up to 8. Let's talk about Chris Brazzell. You have him next at 9. Austin just brought him up.
No, I did not.
Oh, you did?
No, he's not in my top 13.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm out on him. He looks like every other receiver that doesn't work out in the NFL. That's what the tape feels like. I watch it and I'm like, oh, that guy's good in college. And then I get in the NFL and he kind of just hides in the weeds like every other one does.
Chad, why do you disagree with that?
I mean, he's not a safe player. I mean, I can see what Austin's talking about. He's not. He's not. But there's a lot
Very,
to like him.
very volatile profile. But go on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a big athletic player. It could likely be a not really fantasy relevant Z, but I think the potential is there to be more. So yeah, I mean, he's the kind of player I'll take a swing on in the mid to late second.
Same. That's where I see him.
Yeah, my guy for that's Bryce Lance. That's exactly how I feel about him. I'll just go ahead and say it. He's a guy that I could see being a Z pretty quickly in the NFL and succeeding at it.
I think they're in the exact same bucket for me. Big athletic wide receivers. Bryce Lance has very little experience. So he's got 1 year of production in 4 or 5 years of school. So like he's an older prospect and has 1 year. So that's like all of these guys have like these huge red flags, very volatile profile that, all these rest of the guys that we have here, except for Ted Hurst. Ted Hurst is he's the outside receiver version of Jeremy Bernard. Like I know what he is. He's a good, solid outside receiver. He's going to burn you deep. He's going to light you up over the middle. No, he's a good player, good, solid player. I think he's got a safe floor, so I have him above that tier of volatile, athletic receiver.
It's fair. I haven't watched enough to really dive in on him. I've seen a little bit.
He's a good player, man. He's got good hands. He gets open. I like him. He fights for the ball.
Was that the week that he was playing the accountant or the lawyer?
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah,
he went to Georgia State. Everybody, in case y'all didn't know that,
level of competition is really bad, and the fact that he never transferred out of there is really weird. But he's a good player and showed out at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, thank you for not saying that about my Bryce Lance. So go ahead and went to North Dakota State. He also played accountant and lawyers.
Yeah, and that he's Trey Lance's brother.
Yeah, well, that's why I like him. So one of them has to be good.
No.
Oh, they don't?
No, it's not true. All right. Yeah, so did you bring up Jacoby Lane?
Yes, he is my number 9. I brought him up. I didn't really speak about him, but I brought him up. Yeah.
I have him in that same bucket with Brazel and I'm missing the name here. Bryce Lance.
Yeah. I think that's fair too. I think he's one of the true X's in the class outside of your top tier guys. Mm-hmm. I think he's one of the few guys that can actually profile being an X. And for me, that's going to be valuable in this class that has a lot of diversity, but there aren't many guys that are actual X's. And I think he's one of them.
Both of you guys have Antonio Williams on your list. I do not. Chad, any reason to be excited about him?
Yeah, he's just a good slot player. Like he's one of those guys I think is going to be a really consistent NFL player if he turns out to be a starter in the league. But for me, the only real knock that I can see are really just he's just not fast. He's a small, kind of not really athletic slot player, which is not the most fun combination in the world. But he's just smart. He's like a smart, witty player in zone. He just sits in open space and finds the ball. And he has had some a really interesting injury history. And I don't know. I haven't gotten too deep into it. I don't know how much of that is gonna be an issue going forward. Because I know he dealt with it. I think the last 2 years, right, Austin?
Yeah.
So that's never good. But hopefully that's something that gets cleaned up and is just something he had dealt with in the past. But yeah, I mean I think he's another one of these guys, just a really safe kind of slot player. Nothing too flashy, but just does everything really well. To average.
Type of player you'd take high third?
Yep. That's where I would have.
I'd take him. I'd take him in the second. I'd have no problem taking him in the second if he gets the draft capital. It's just going to
Are
depend.
you expecting early day 3 for him? Are you aiming for?
I
day
think it's
2?
possible. I think with these guys, it's kind of just he's a slot player. Like that's what he is. Like he's not anything but a slot player.
Right.
In my opinion, there's only so many of those spots open in the league, right? So if he's able to find a spot, I think it's possible he gets into the third, fourth round with the right fit. But he could also easily go in the sixth round.
Yeah.
One name missing from both of your lists. He made my top 10, but I don't have strong conviction on it. Elijah Surratt.
Yuck.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I don't mind him.
What do you think? Worse Keon Coleman? Is that what you're thinking, Austin?
Definitely a worse prospect. Absolutely. I mean, I'm pulling for him more than what Keon's done the first 2 years, but he just, I don't really feel like he did anything that impressed me. Like some of the stuff was okay. It was fine. But I kept looking at, most of those guys aren't good if that's their one good thing. There aren't many receivers that ever succeed in the NFL if the only thing they're good at is contested catching. And he's really not great at it. He's pretty good at it. So, like, I found myself watching Becker and Cooper every time I tried to watch Surratt. So that told me really enough that I'm not ranking him this high. Now, if the NFL goes and he gets round 2 capital, then I'm going to have to readjust and take a deeper dive and see if I miss something. But currently, he's not in one of the guys that I'm going to spend a valuable draft pick on. I'll let somebody else who's knows him because he went to Indiana and won a national championship and made some plays here and there. Let them take him with their second, and I'll grab somebody else I like more.
How do you feel, Chad?
I saw somebody on the NFL Network. I can't remember who it was, but I saw somebody in the NFL Network comp him to Alan Lazard, and I thought that was like a actually pretty fitting comp. Like it's not, and I mean that's fine. Like if he turns out to be Alan Lazard, like that's a decent fantasy asset for where you're going to get him. But yeah, I mean he's just one of those guys. He's going to have to go in the league and prove it because the type of player he is doesn't necessarily translate all the time, at least for fantasy.
It's really like most of the time it doesn't. That's the mold that just doesn't work. We wanted it to work, and it just doesn't work more times than not.
Yeah, better players than him that does what he does, have failed. So and you can say that for a lot of different positions and a lot of different archetypes of players, but I think specifically for his archetype, these big-bodied, contested catch kind of players. Now I don't think he's the worst route runner in the world. I just don't. But yeah, I mean, for me, he's just going to have to go in the league and prove it.
Okay. All right. You guys convinced me moving down my list. All right. Compare for me, whoever wants to do this first. Would you rather have Deion Burks or Skylar Bell?
I haven't watched a ton of Burks, but I'm pretty excited about Skylar Bell.
Okay.
Another one of those players that I was really scared was going to come in at 5'8", and he came in at almost 6 foot. So that was my real only worry for him. I think he can play in the slot and also as a Z in the league. Good hands, really good at going up and getting the ball. Fast, twitchy off the breaks on the intermediate, and does well on a post. I really like his post routes. So I think a team's going to use him as somebody who opens the floodgates for the intermediate people, and he's going to get some of those opportunities to catch the ball. So just a guy I like. I thought he impressed me enough to watch. I think I ended up watching like 5 games for him.
I didn't watch quite that much, but yeah, I liked what I think I watched 2 games. I liked what I saw.
Yeah, I'm hoping for late day 2 capital for him, and it's very possible we see early day 3, but I'm hoping for that late second, third round capital for him.
Yeah, he'd be in play mid second for me if that happened. Deion Burks, then he reminds me of Deion Branch actually. So if he turns out to be that type of player, I would like him. Just not the biggest guy, but solidly built, kind of compact dude. Good numbers, good testing numbers. Solid receiver. I don't know. Who was the player that he's just going to be? I just feel like he's going to be like just a part-time third or fourth receiver in the NFL is probably what's going to end up happening. So I don't love him, but he's got a little upside.
I like Deion Burks a lot.
Okay, talk to me.
I think he's I think he's pretty comfortably a wide receiver 2 in the league. The
Really?
only reason I don't, he was the guy that I was, I mean, I didn't say this on air, but before we came on, the guys were giving me crap because I only had 11 wide receivers on, and I couldn't decide who to put on wide receiver 12 on my list, and he was the guy that was kind of leading the pack for me. I like him a lot. He's not a flashy player, but I think he's one of those guys. If you told me that Deion Burks played in the league for 12 years and was a wide receiver 2, I'd believe it.
I would believe 3, wide receiver 3, but yeah,
I think he's more talented than a wide receiver 3, to be honest with you. And this might just be because Oklahoma Sooner kind of bias here, but Sterling
You're
Shepard.
an Oklahoma fan now? I thought you were a Texas
No.
fan.
I'm just because the comp, but Sterling Shepard I think is
okay.
is what I see when I see Deion Burks, and that may be a little bit of bias because I think I saw that when I was reading some scouting reports after I watched the All 22 and everything, and that just stuck with me. You guys know how much I like Sterling Shepard, and I do see a lot of the same player. But I just don't know that he's going to get draft capital, and that's the only reason I don't have him higher. If he gets draft capital, he raises a tier for me. I think he's a really, really safe player.
His ceiling to me would be like a Jacobian Myers.
It's the only reason why, it's a big negative. It's just the injuries for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I don't think he's going to get the draft capital.
So Sterling Shepard fits.
Yeah, exactly right. Because it's the concussions, the soft tissue. It's just always he's just injured. So I just want to see him get in the league and cut that out. But I think he's a good player.
I mean, I have him at 13, so we're pretty similar.
I need to watch him more.
If he gets draft capital, he could be as high as 8 for me.
I was going to ask him or Bernard. The way you talked, it seems like you're more excited about him.
Jeremy Bernard. Yeah,
I was about to say, it feels like you're more excited about him.
I just think Jeremy Bernard is probably going to get better draft capital. And that's the only reason I have Jeremy Bernard ahead of him, because a lot of my rankings is just a tie between, what I like and then also, what I think is going to happen in the NFL draft. But if Deion Burke, like I said, if he does get the draft capital, he's going to shoot up my board. I really, really like him.
Cool. All right. Well, it's time for my annual do not draft before the 3rd round list.
I like how you put that caveat in after you told everybody not to draft Luther Burden.
People are misunderstanding. I would have taken Luther Burden in the top of the 3rd round, and I told everyone that. He was a late 2nd round value for me. That's why you don't draft him, because he won't fall to you. Zachariah Branch and Malachi Fields. Malachi Fields just is not going to work in the NFL. It's the prospects with that profile, with those testing numbers, don't work in the NFL. I'm out. Zachariah Branch is tiny.
Sucks.
That's it. They're not going to see him. He's not going to get enough targets. He's not worth my time.
I think he's so electric, and I think he can be a good receiver, but he needs to go to another country and gain like 2.5 inches from a surgery and then come back, because he has what it takes other than being tall enough to be seen consistently enough.
Yeah, he's like 5'7".
Came in at 5'8.5", I think.
Okay.
I don't care. If he gets the draft capital, which I think he will, I have him at wide receiver 10 on my list. I'll take a shot on him. I saw Tank Dell come in and do really good things in the league. Now you can argue the injury and everything, but for where you're getting these guys, with the Dynasty community just writes off completely, like Tank Dell was written off completely, they still paid their dividends, right? Like, you still were able to go and sell those players, once they were, productive in the league. So Tank Dell was easily worth a first for quite a
absolutely.
bit.
If the issue I have with both of these guys is that their names, like Malachi Fields, popped up with all the big draft guys, his name early in the cycle. So I think a lot of people know him, and he's a name. And Zachariah Branch has been around in Devy circles for a long time, and he's just a name that people know. So I think that they're just going to go before I'm comfortable taking either one of these guys, which would be somewhere in the third.
Yeah. I'm cool with late second for Branch, assuming he gets capital. Fields, I probably won't have any shares either way, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Zachariah Branch is gonna get the opportunity to go like potentially even day one, from what like these NFL insiders and stuff are saying. And if that happens,
Kiper,
I mean,
Mel Kiper
I'm
keeps
taking
mocking him in the first.
I'm taking him in the second if that happens, like easily, like not even a second thought. So for me, it's about opportunity because all these players have to do, they don't have to be good for a very long time. They just have to be good. And that's it. You can get rid of them.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
His ceiling to me is Tutu Atwell.
Such a different player.
I don't even think. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they may look similar size wise, but they're not even close to the same player.
It's all. I don't like. I just don't believe anybody that watches Zachariah Branch and says that they know what he's going to be in the league. Like I don't think that's possible because the way he operated in college is not the way that he's going to be asked to operate in the NFL. So it's just if he can do it. But you see a player like we talked about Mekhi Lemon. When Mekhi Lemon played out in the perimeter, outside of the slot, he was good. Zachariah Branch is an even more extreme version of that, right? Zachariah Branch was not asked to catch the ball past the line of scrimmage, but when he was asked to do it in that very small, limited sample size, he was really good at it. So I just want to see what he's asked to do in the NFL because he is an extremely good athlete. Like
Yeah,
if there's a player that's going to be an outlier, it's going to be a guy like Zachariah Branch.
Yeah,
I agree with all of this. It's like Ladd. You know, Ladd went to Georgia and wasn't asked to do any of the things he's being asked to do in the NFL, but we all believed he could do it. Branch, it's just I was so disappointed in the height measurement. It's really the thing that's holding me back on him.
Yeah, I mean,
how tall is Tank Dell? Like that's what he's going to be if he succeeds.
I think he still came in at like 5'10". I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't become the number one player in your high school class, not position, class, and not be extremely talented. And that's what Zachariah Branch was.
I am not arguing the
Tank Dell came in at 5'8". I just looked up his combine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. 5'8" and 5'8". So they're an eighth of an inch different.
I did think that he was taller. I did think Tank Dell was like 5'10".
But that's what you're hoping for me. That's what you're hoping. And you guys know I loved Tank Dell coming out. And it's because he played for Houston and I'm right here. I watched a lot of Houston games. He was really, really good for Houston. And you could just see it. Now, like I watch those kind of players and I say, hey, like if there's going to be an outlier, it's going to be Tank Dell, right? Same with Zachariah Branch to a lesser extent because Tank Dell was asked to do a lot more in college than Zachariah Branch was asked to do. But you see Zachariah Branch, you say if there's going to be an outlier, it's going to be a guy like this.
Okay. Is there anybody we missed? Anybody you guys would like to bring up?
Nope. It's everybody on mine.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the front office. The lights are low, the boards are lit, and the Dynasty clock is ticking. From the heart of the startup draft to the championship throne, one crew rules the long game. Give it up for the undisputed architects of empire, Dynasty Front!